Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your June tarot reading. My name is Julia Aurelia and I'm here to do a Celtic cross to have a look into the energies of your June. Before we start with the tarot, we're going to start with some oracle cards. This is a reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus sign. Also, if you have other aspects where you feel strongly connected to the sign of Scorpio, this is your reading. Also, welcome to the cross watchers who are now checking out what's happening, what's going on for Scorpio. So what are the energies for Scorpio? We have red flag. So tune into the subtle energy you are receiving about the situation. Listen to the messages from your body. Trust your gut and your intuition. So, what are the energies for Scorpio? What are the energies? Do nothing. All right. So, I mean, this seems to be a very clear thing that there is some sort of warning. There are some sort of red flags where for you it's important to do nothing. A void moon. Void moon, I do remember this card from the other Moonology Oracle deck. This is the Moonology Messages Oracle. There is the, was it the first one, the Moonology? Yeah, I think it was the Moonology cards, the first of the series, where the void moon says that adjustments, was it the adjustments are required? No. It said nothing is going to come from this. So with the void moon, it seems to be like some sort of course of action is not the right course of action here. And it's important to, basically not do anything here and to watch the signs like the red flags here. Beneath the surface, what's really driving you, true motives and breaking free. So another message here. So maybe question yourself, what's really driving you? What are your motives? Or maybe what is another person's true motive, right? It's important to break free from something here. So yeah, it says do nothing, but then breaking free. So since it seems like the moon is on a course where nothing is going to come from this situation, maybe you should ask yourself what your or another person's motives are, and look also beneath your surface here and break free. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition about a situation. What are the energies for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Everybody who feels strongly connected to the sign of Taurus. We have the Empress here, Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool, the Tower, the Magician, Queen of Swords, the Emperor, the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles. And we do have the closing of a cycle here. So underneath it all is the energy of the world. And the world talks about that there's a significant cycle that is about to close, or maybe even closing now, or maybe has even ended already. What we can see in the past is a disturbance. It's a shock. It's an event that is changing everything. So that might have been an important insight. It might have been someone who did something that wasn't you. Maybe you did something, maybe you initiated the tower. The tower is a crumbling energy, so something wasn't built on a stable foundation. There has been maybe a shock moment or a shocking moment, and therefore the tower came down. The tower is a liberating energy, so we have twice here the energy of breaking free, liberating yourself, but that was already here happening in the past, or has happened already in the past. It's also a restructuring of a situation, or maybe a restructuring of your life, which now leads to you being in the energy of the Empress. And the Empress is abundance. It's abundance, it's beauty, it's things developing quite beautiful after something has maybe fallen away or shocked you. So what we can also see is that emotionally there is a new beginning. You're open to new experiences. You are maybe having an emotional new beginning here, and this is a new journey that you're taking now. Even with the Empress that talks about love, so there could be an emotional new beginning connected to love. However, I don't see you very loving here with the Queen of Swords. We're going to get there in a second. There is another person, which is quite interesting, the Emperor being here present with the Empress. So this could be in some shape or form a relationship reading, because the Emperor and the Empress obviously are a pair. So that could mean that there is some sort of relationship, may that be romantically, friendship-wise, business-wise. Also, we're going to get into those energies a little bit later on, but just to give you a little hint on what this energy could be about. Now, everything is flourishing at the moment, everything is growing at the moment, and I do feel this is also because you are thinking about putting in the work in order to develop a situation. So maybe you yourself have created this growth because you are working on something, you're working on stability, you're working on building up something successfully, and the thing is, everything is growing quite beautifully. And maybe this gives you even a sense of freedom, because the Emperor, no, the Fool can talk about freedom. I'm free, I'm now, I can, the world is opening up to me. This is what the card can represent as well on an emotional level. However, there's some sort of decision that is either blocked or difficult for several reasons. Maybe there's some sort of idea, but this idea is not being taken further, and there is not enough action that is being taken, not enough action, not enough planning, and therefore some sort of idea might not develop further here. The other aspect with the Two of Wands is that there might be a choice connected to in what direction a situation is now developing into, or in what direction you are now moving into. It can relate to a move, it can relate to a journey, quite literally. It could also talk about a certain situation, and a choice has not been made yet about the direction. And that also tells me that therefore, unless this decision hasn't been made, there is no progress, because there's an important, probably even like a crossroad, where if we're gonna go, or if there is a fork in the road, and we're gonna walk, and we see the fork, and we are in front of the fork, and now we need to decide left or right. As long as we don't make that choice, we won't experience more because we're stuck. So that's an energy I'm getting, that there's a significant choice. It hasn't been made yet. There's not enough action. It's not moving into a direction or in a specific direction. In general, things are developing quite well. There is growth. I feel like you are part of growth happening in your life right now. There's a very liberating energy here on the emotional side of things. So in general, you seem to have quite a good time here. You're moving into the Magician. The Magician tells me that something new is about to manifest. You're using all of your skills in order to manipulate reality and to make something happen here. Now, this can talk about a project. It can talk about whatever vision you have that you want to see manifesting now in the world. And with the Magician, you are now using all of your skills to manifest this vision. And for some of you, this might even relate to the first things, the first manifestations of this long-term manifestation now being visible. Like I already said, you are in the Queen of Swords, so you are more in a very rational state. The Queen of Swords, for once, she is saying yes or no. There is no in between with her. The Queen of Swords can talk about somebody who is just cutting him or herself off from things and people and situations that are not supporting the Queen, because she says, I'd rather be on my own than be in bad company, or to be in a situation that is continuously draining. So she is cutting situations out of her life, people off, and is quite radical in her approach. So maybe this is what you're doing at the moment. The other part is the Queen of Swords can be an energy of communication in order to clear up something. So maybe you are at the moment communicating a lot in order to clear something or to reach a certain goal. So it can be quite calculating. The Queen of Swords could be quite calculating. So maybe there's some sort of communication that is quite calculative in order to achieve a certain goal. So that might be something here as well. In general, you could just be very clear about what you want now and what you don't want. Like I said, a clear yes or a clear no. Somebody in your environment. So first of all, your environment, which could be the area you live, you work in, your environment could stabilize you or give you a sense of stability. It might be very structured where you are. There might be a sense of structure and order, and there might be some sort of routine that is helping you to create an energy of stability, of security here. Your environment in general could be very, stabilizing. If this is another person, then with the Emperor, there might be somebody who gives you good advice. Somebody who is in a position of authority, who gives you advice. Somebody who might come up with a plan, who's very structured and says, all right, Scorpio, if you want to achieve this, then this is what you need to do. So somebody who's very experienced, gives wise counsel, and therefore might even give you a sense of stability. But this sense of stability could come in form of or in shape of another person. There might be even somebody who's very independent, somebody who is in a leading position, who's very, those things, exactly. So you hope for good news or information coming in. The Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is information, new knowledge. So you hope for new information coming in, maybe for a letter, for a phone call, maybe for some sort of communication that is going to help you clear up something, or is helping you to gain new information about a situation. Maybe you feel like you need more knowledge about a situation, and therefore you are researching, and this is what you hope for while researching, finding out information that are important or are going to be important for you. Obviously, on the other hand, the Page of Swords could relate to bad news coming in. So maybe you are afraid of bad news coming in as well, hoping for the good ones. The World card here at the bottom of the deck tells me that there has been a significant cycle that has ended. So we are just in the time where this actually happens for a lot of signs. I would say like it's a collective energy. So yeah, it could also refer to a move or a journey, the World card, coming home to yourself, coming home, an energy, or the ending of a chapter, the ending of a cycle. The King of Pentacles is what you are going to move into. So there might be some sort of advice when it comes to your finances, your business, your home, your family, maybe your body. You yourself might feel stable and secure. So the King of Pentacles could talk about your stability, your sense of stability. You might now look at long-term plans that you have connected to family, business, finances. So your approach here connected to a situation could be very grounded, very stable, very pragmatic, traditional. So that might be your energy, where you're now looking at what are my goals in those areas of life and how am I going to achieve them. But the King of Pentacles also knows that some things just take a longer time. So, and maybe to achieve a certain goal, you need to be patient, you need to be persistent, you need to put in the work. So that's one aspect. Or you're going to gain some sort of important advice when it comes to your goals and visions that you have connected to the element of Pentacles. Like I said, business, home, finances, family, that is going to help you to achieve those goals. Also, since you are already putting in some work and there's a significant growth, this could also mean that something is about to manifest quite soon, or starting to manifest, that here with the King of Pentacles will give you also quite soon a sense of stability. So that's your reading, Scorpio, for the month of June. I do hope you resonate with it. If this reading helped you in any which way, I would much appreciate it if you could help me and this channel by hitting the thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, or commenting under this video. So I am looking forward to do your next reading, Scorpio, and I'll see you guys next time.